Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
You get what I'm saying? For the first time, we wanted to collaborate with them on this matter and say that, look, we have come of age with this delegates matter. It's giving a hell of trouble. What the plaintiffs are seeking will inure to the benefit of we, the political parties. The NPP refuse. That's why we departed with them.
And what was the reason for not wanting to be a part of this?
Well, I don't understand. I don't know why they still wanted a delegate system.
Okay.
They still think that that is the way to go. So we couldn't agree on that one. So as second defenders, we went alone and then we presented our distance. So if you go and read paragraph 34 and 35 of our statement of case, you'll see clearly we indicated that we're in support of their reliefs. And then we also asked the Supreme Court, in fact, it's on record, we asked the Supreme Court that they should make orders to the state to fund the elections of the parliamentary candidate and presidential candidate of the political parties. We made it very clear.
Okay. It was one of the requests.
It's one of the requests that we prayed, and then asking the Supreme Court
to make it mandatory.
To make an orders to that effect.
Yes.
Because under Article 2.2 of the Constitution, 1992 Constitution, they have that powers to make such orders. So we are waiting to see the ruling. You know, the ruling is not out yet.
Yes.
I mean, the reasoning. Whether such orders, they've agreed to it.
Right.
Okay. That is an aspect so when Leonard brother Gary Nimatku was asking who fund this, already the NGC had made something like that. But clearly, we are not making the omnibus type of funding for political parties. We're very strict on this. That look, this orders has come. Parliamentary primaries and presidential issue. Yes, we know the issues at stake. Electoral Commission is always handling that matter. The state should make resources for Electoral Commission to deal with that matter for political parties. Apart from that, political parties, states should not put its resources to help run political parties, their activities. That one, the state should not do that. We have gamut of issues to deal with. Unlike, I remember in 1992 to 96, the state was funding political parties through NCC.
Right.
And Electoral Commission. They used to give us NIVA. They did NIVA cars, small cars like that.
Them water?
And for us to do our campaign activities. Later on, some level of pickups were also given.
Right.
Because we're just developing our democracy at that time.
Right.
But we have come of age. And so the state cannot use state resources to now think of helping political parties to run its day-to-day activity and all that. But we're saying that when it comes to these election matters, the parliamentary and presidential district, the state should help run that activities for political parties. So we pray that in this, and if you look at paragraph 34 of our statement of case, we stated it very clearly. Why are we here? If you look at our political landscape over the years, until 2000, Ghanaians, in fact, the delegates didn't know that you need to take money from candidates before you go and exercise your franchise as a party person. It came after we lost the 2000 election and President Kufuor came in. Then around 2003, 2004, the issue of moneycracy started creeping in. That was the time we started seeing issues of that nature. I've been in this business since 92. Look, at that time, do you know what people were just looking for? Posters. If you give somebody a poster or a t-shirt, I finish the person. That was it. The person was just eager to get the poster of a political party where they even go themselves and do the pasting and all that. T-shirts, you just finish the person. The highest type of movement at that point was bicycles. So it's happened and things were very good. Respect was there. Decisions were made at that time. And so the delegate system at that time served us well. Then when these issues came, where people now began to think that, look, it is now time for me to collect what is due me. I must take something. Then they started these ambush tactics. Described as ambush tactics because you have to pay. If you don't, you do what? You lose. The higher bidder will just come and beat you to the game. And so you realize that along the line, people who even society or communities needed to represent them were not getting the opportunity. That led to the issue of independent candidates emerging and all over the place because he doesn't have the money to go through the real process. And we spent a lot of money through primaries. Then when it comes to the general election itself, people are now up with caps going around begging to look for money to do their own campaign. But if you look at the real campaign itself, it's rather the primaries. So these senior citizens, yes, thumb ups to them, they did well. And you know, they came from both sides, NDC, NPP.
Yes.
2 NPP, 1 NDC.
1 NDC. Yes.
They came together. That tells you the enormity of the weight of their petition. And we thought it was in good taste. The NDC backed it. And we went through it. Interestingly enough, the Attorney General also backed it. And then so we were clear in our mind that, look, we have come of age of this delegate system. The NDC piloted this type of thing the Supreme Court just ruled in 2015. In fact, I was in the forefront of that. We were leading the charge. But there was a problem in terms of gathering the data. The style we adopted at that time did not fit well, looking at the exigency of the situation at that time. And so we had to abandon it along the line. But go and check our party constitution. Those who have our party constitution, read Article 39 of 39.6 of the party constitution. It is very clear. The NDC put in a clause which stated that the party may use its biometric register to run its internal elections.
Okay.
That means the framers of our constitution are very clear in their mind that should we have a very authentic register at the branches, we will use that register to do what? To run our elections. And so we already prepared something like that. Somewhere along the line in 2020, going down to 2024, we had adopted a system known as branch registers. So we printed these booklets, green booklets, for each branch, so that members of the branch, those who are party members, will go and put their names in the register. And so if you are a member in good standing, your name must appear in the register. Based on the register, then we'll print your ID cards for you. So we'll continue doing that. So we had already taken initiative of compiling our membership at the branches in the register. After this one is done, then we deploy members, leadership from head office and regional to go around and do what we call authentication of the names, to be sure that those people whose names are in the register are true members of the party. So we reopened the register around February to March, for members, new members to come in. And I must say, look, it was so successful. For the first time, you see academia, professionals, high-level professionals, going down to the branches, registered to be party members, took up membership card. And the National Election Director, led by my good brother, Mahdi, deployed teams to go around and do the authentication and verification. We deployed across the country, and they went around, did this authentication verification so beautifully, and came out with the data. That's the data we use in running the branch elections. So as we speak now, the NDC is in the position to even implement the decision of the Supreme Court, because we have the data already. We are not going to go back to doing that kind of thing that happened. So the 2015 episode is completely different with what we have currently, because we have taken our time, studied the terrain, studied the party properly, and then came out with this plan. So we had the data to run this thing. Because we had that idea in 2015, to run such an election will not be a difficulty for us. So that to give fair grounds for party members to exhibit their skills.
So
Yes.
you see, with the current, so what I'm saying is that with the current system that you have put in place,
Yes.
you are in a very good position
Yes.
to not just identify your members, but also to verify them
Very well.
biometrically,
Very
so
well.
that you don't have a situation where an NPP person will vote in an NDC elections and vice versa.
Highly impossible.
It's highly impossible.
Highly impossible as we speak.
So once you say you're an NDC,
you are
it means
NDC, you are
you're an
NDC.
NDC.
It
And
means
you can be
you
verified.
are captured in the green book already.
Okay.
Okay. You see, the 2015, the difference between now and the 2015. The 2015, because we announced that we're going to use our biometrics and printed booklets.
Yes.
People just got hold of the
There was some
booklet
infiltration.
and then started
Yeah, so
registering.
there are foreign elements.
Foreign
in the
elements.
book. And so
And
people
then
say, well, we will not agree.
We will not agree.
Because I know some NPP guys in this.
whose names were in there. So it affected us a lot. I mean, it was part of our loss in the 2016 election.
Right.
But this time, people don't have the luxury to do that because they didn't even know that the NDC had this plan. And readers of our Article 39 of our party constitution will realize that this group of NDC people are different group of people. They know what they are doing. So we had already prepared this thing down. So anybody who is there thinking that, okay, now they said everybody can vote, so I can run rush to the NDC. You are like, you won't get there. It's already closed long since, as of March. That said that's closed. And the booklets have been taken.
Right.
And then the people who mattered as party members voted in the recent branch elections. They already voted.
Okay.
And so those who voted, prepare yourself for the upcoming parliamentary and presidential election. You are going to be the delegates already because your name is in the green book.
Right.
And we are not opening it anytime soon again, so that we don't have to grapple with issues of owl pushing their people to us to come and vote and decide for them. You see, that is the situation we have found us. And it's so beautiful. But you see, it's good for our democracy. Although people are talking of the cost and other things. That is why the NDC prayed in a statement of case to the law lords to make orders that, look, we used to send our resources to the Electoral Commission to run our elections for us. Because normally we print the ballot papers and then and pay for their officers and all that to do the elections for us. But now we are saying that, look, now this thing has come. We support that kind of idea. But the state should help Electoral Commission, fund Electoral Commission. So the Electoral Commission, instead of the political parties bringing 8 ballot papers and then paying the staff who are going to do it, the state should just continue as the exercise of the Electoral Commission, make some resources for them, do the printing of the ballot papers, and then take the DSA of the officers who are going to man the election for the DD, so the Electoral Commission will continue that path. But political parties will not take their resources to go and do that. That is the aspect the NDC is supporting. And I think the NPP should come on board with that. And we've already gone far with this. And I believe strongly that it will help our democratic credentials in the sense that you and I, who don't have deep pockets, we can stick our neck out and go and contest. You face the people. You face it. Because now if we are dealing with, for instance, 100 polling stations and multiply by 9, that's 99 delegates. You are talking about just 900 delegates. 900 delegates, just go and get some Yoruba man friend, or some Igbo friend, and then they come and help you with some Ghana must go. And you are good to go. But that is not democratic enough. You bought the way through. You have to pay back. But here is a case where you have 100 polling stations, and each polling station has a little of just 300 or 400 delegates. You're talking of about 4,000 delegates. You sweat to pay such people.
But let me ask you this, Musa, or I don't know which one you prefer. Rashid, Tanko, which one do you prefer? Sofu is fine. Okay.
Sofu, Tanko, computer.
Now, Sofu, I have been thinking, and help me think through this. You see, you took us back into history from 1992 and how things used to be. You didn't have to necessarily give anybody money.
At all, completely.
People were happy to take party ID cards and party T-shirts,
posters
and things. And they're happy, you know. But we've all come to accept that the terrain has changed. And it has changed so drastically. And what has changed? What has changed is that people say, well, when we vote for you, you go, you don't mind us. So give us what we demand now. Give us our pound of flesh now. That's what they're saying. Justifiably or so, justifiably or unjustifiably, that's another matter. Now, we are saying that when we expand the Electoral College and now make each and everybody who is a card-bearing member of a political party and in good standing, means you have to pay your dues. Now, the first cure is to allow for people to make it more participatory. That's the first objective. Second objective is to do away, to a very large extent, this whole problem of vote buying, because we, as you said, the vote buying thing hasn't really helped us. It's made our people more corrupt and so on. But now that the numbers have increased, or even before I get to that question, from 1992, the electoral college that the NDC had was much smaller. With time, you've increased it. And I think now you're talking for presidential almost 400-something thousand. Yes. I believe so.
Yes.
Because you recognize a certain fact that the bigger the number, the less likely people would want to buy votes and so on. But the question I want to ask you is this. The number which started with some thousands, which is now, we're now looking at about 400,000 something. Has that stopped the vote buying?
Well, that is what I'm saying. You see, at that point, we're talking of smaller delegates because we had small branches at that time. The branches were not up to what we have currently.
Yes.
As population increases, settlements increases, then the electoral commission has to create more voting centers. And as soon as they create a voting centers, we have to also create executives for that.
Yes.
So that's how it continues. And then we've also
because
incorporated...
you have branch executives.
We have branch executives.
We have polling executives.
Polling executives.
So you have to create more branches.
You have to create more branches.
Okay.
And it's conterminous with the electoral commission.
Yes.
So that is what we've been doing. And then secondly, we've also added former executives who used not to be as delegates to our Congress and all that. So it increased the numbers. That's why you have these large numbers as of now.
Yes.
We used to be talking about 37,000 plus. Now, electoral commission has increased it to almost 40,000 plus. So you see that the numbers has increased even more.
Yes.
And then population is increasing. At the time we're dealing with that in 1992, 96, we're less than 50 million in Ghana at that time. Now we're talking about 33 million. And so more people are coming. So the branches, we have more members in the branches. But we're still restricted. Our constitution still talk about 9 members from each branch to form the electoral college for the constituency elections. Then we have 28 executives from the constituencies, executives who come to form the electoral college for the regional. Okay, and the regions has 21 of them executive. No, we are thinking that, look, these numbers are still smaller when it comes to electing parliamentary candidates. Because when you just get the 9 people, put them together, plus the 28 executives, you are good to go. I'm just giving an example. For instance, if you have 100 polling stations, you are talking of 900. Okay, 900 people, plus 28. So 928. Just take your time, organize yourself 2-3 years, and target the 928. At least you should be able to take some 1 quarter or 2 quarters of them. The rest should fight for the rest.
Yes.
And then they vote for you. And that is where the problem comes from. You see, but now, with this, the 100 polling station, each polling station might have about 300 or 400 party members.
Your point is that the numbers are more.
Numbers are more.
Yeah, but my question to you is that, Sofu, does the increase in the numbers necessarily stop people from buying votes?
Well, it will reduce it to the barest money. It will reduce it to the barest money. You cannot eradicate it. It's just like corruption. You cannot.
Exactly.
Yes, you reduce it to the barest money.
Here's the thing. But here's the thing. What if I told you may not even reduce? And that perhaps there's going to be more pressure on the financiers. You think about it. Let me come to our India can about 1,000, you can about 2,000 financier because 1,000 can be
3,000, not even 1,000.
Exactly. No, I'm just for the sake of argument. You know what I mean? If in the past you used to give 1,000 Ghana cedis to whoever your beneficiary or benefactor is, right? Now the person says, Oga, your 1,000 Ghana cedis which you used to give me today was catering for say 100 people.
Yes.
Now there's 1,000 people, so you have to give me 5,000. Your 1,000 would, because I have to multiply that by 5,000. And there are money bags. There are people who can fund it. Anyway, we'll come back to that. The question being, will the expansion of the electoral college solve the problem? Is this implementable? So for me, we would have to get to that point. And of course, I have questions to you. I have questions about whether we're saying that is this ruling suggesting in any way that we have a problem with representative kind of democracy, where some people decide to delegate their power or their decision making to somebody to go and, deliver it on their behalf? Because we have MPs, we have Speaker of Parliament, we have even the judges. It's not all of us are sitting at the bench. We have delegated some powers for them to make those decisions. But that's another how do you call it? A strand of the argument that I'll be making as when Mohammed Awal is done with this submission. Mohammed, first of all, what's your? I mean, what did the NPP foresee? For which reason, when you were invited to the party, as Rashid said, he said, "Look, come and let's do this together," but you chickened out. What did you foresee? What were the concerns that you have? For which reason you said, "Charlie, I don't want to be part of this"?
Yeah, thank you so much. I think we are not inherently against expansion.
Okay.
Because we've done so in our party over the time.
Right.
And we believe that it should be gradual. When you were reading the news item, you said 2 members of the NPP and 1 member of the NDC. That is erroneous. 2 members of the NDC and 1 aggrieved member of the NPP. Yes, because Dr. Nyahotamakulu left the party in 2023, and he told us in a press conference that he was a member of the NPP until Mahama came into the scene, and he joined Mahama as his nephew. So he is not a member of our party.
He's never said that.
He said it. I can read the story.
Oh, really?
Yes, I can read the story.
Nyahotamakulu said he ceased to be NPP because Mahama is...
Yes, I can read the story to you.
I see.
Okay, I was a member of NPP until Mahama came into the scene. This is modern Ghana.
Okay.
Dr. Nyahotamakulu revealed why he betrayed his former party. Dr. Nyahotamakulu, a founding member of the NPP, has revealed his departure from the party and his subsequent support for the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama. Speaking at a joint press conference held together with Brigadier Joseph Nunu Mensah and other retired military couples, during which their address perceived corruption among the public officials, Dr. Nyahotamakulu disclosed that his decision to leave the NPP was due to his ties with Mr. John Dramani Mahama.
Okay. I see.
Yes.
Okay.
So he is no longer
This is Ghana.
Yes, modern Ghana.
Okay.
Yes, but almost all the newspapers, because it was a press conference that they held with the Brigadier General Nunu Mensah. So 2 and 1 aggrieved member of our party who even publicly said that he didn't vote for us in 2024. Listening to Rashid Tanko computer carefully, he said, "Oh, we prepared for this because we foresee it coming." So is this a case that indeed the NDC pushed this aggrieved member and 2 of their members to go to the Supreme Court to have this so that they will be able to do this? Is it a case that they had really...
Do you honestly think that the NDC can push for Professor Frimpongboa to do what he doesn't want to do? He doesn't believe in?
I believe so.
Professor Frimpongboa?
Yes, I believe so.
He's a very principled man.
I mean, he's not, because when he was at the interministerial committee, he never told anyone any problem within the interministerial committee until he was removed from office.
So you have every reason to believe that Professor Frimpongboa was actually prodded to do this.
He can be really pushed to do this.
See.
Yes, because I've seen a lot of people saying that, well, within the NDC today, if you're talking about the person within the grassroots who will win the votes if you expand it, nobody can beat Asiedun Ketia. So the establishment is pushing for this so that at least by next year when they do this, Asiedun Ketia will win hands down. And I've seen people say this. But you see, as I said, we're not inherently against this, but we believe in gradual process. You remember in 2007, we had only 1 delegate each in each polling station.
Right.
In DISASSOCIATES, for instance, there were only 72 delegates to vote for both presidential and parliamentary. And those were the days that we had a lot of people talk about monetary inducement and so on. The NPP was the first political party to expand from 1 to 5. We expanded from 1 to 5 with 1 electoral area coordinator. Then after that, we have done another. We have also expanded it again even the last elections that even this time, the processes that we're into. Today, every single member of the party who registered both online or with the books at the polling station in the book voted, participated in the process. The elections of the polling station executives were done by all members, all registered members of the party. So it means, yes, we knew that indeed we are also preparing towards getting every single member in good standing voting, because we opened the nominations about 6 months ago. We opened the register. A lot of people registered, some registered online and so on. And they were those we built our register with. And they were those who voted at a polling station level 2 months ago.
Right.
And it was successful. So indeed, we have the data. As he's talking about data, we have the data already, because we have used it and tested it 2 months ago to vote for our polling station executives. And we did it without any much qualms. And we had a successful elections in over 42,000 polling stations across the country. But you see, if you look at the problems NDC faced in 2015 when they did the expansion, they had to suspend over 24 constituency elections within the period. In Atebubu, they even burnt down the party office. Amenfi is same. Ningo Pram Pram, you remember the scuffle between E.T. Mensah and Sam George on the register. So you see, it is so expensive to run. Do you want to tell me that in 2007, when they were 111 delegates, it was more expensive than now that they are 5-5? It is more expensive today than when it was 5-5. Now, in our party now, we have expanded it. Former executives have voted in the last primaries when Dr. Bawumia contested. All former executives voted. And now we have expanded the polling station to 9 from 5. And we have expanded the electoral area from 1 to 5. So we believe that let's gradually build it, gradually, so that before you realize, you have over 1 million people voting in a primary. But when you set to do what the NDC did in 2015, in 2017, they had to move back to manual. When they did that and it backfired, in 2017, they didn't register online again. They did manual registration. You remember? That was what you did. They did manual registration because they felt that this was really not good for them at all. And it affected them badly in the elections, because in Asawasi, for instance, we had our highest vote because of what happened in the 2015. We had 35,000, NPP had 35,000 votes for presidential alone, because there were a lot of aggrieved people and so on. You see, we are not against it, but we believe that gradually, if you expand it, including former executives, which we have started already, you can even include former polling station executives. It will expand it gradually. Then maybe you come later to say party members with 5 years card and so on, or up-to-date payment and so on. These are the things that we believe that we expanded. But for you to say it will reduce the monetary inducement, no, it will not. It will only expand it. Because look at what happened in our Ayawasu West Ogun. No, Ayawasu East. When Baba Jamal contested the primaries, they shared TV sets to thousands of delegates. So tomorrow, if I am now a delegate, as he is calling on them to prepare that they will come, in Ayawasu East alone, which is your stronghold, you're talking about not 4,000. You're talking about over 20,000 people voting. And it will only expand it, because you go to Attaya base and you will have to dole out something there again. Because initially you go to a place, some few people in a house, they are the people you meet and so on. Now you go to a place and you meet a lot of people. Even if it is 10 cities that you're giving out, it is a huge burden. That is the reason we're saying that even if it will happen, the state must fund it. Just like what happens in the US. In the US, the state funds everything, all the primaries. The state will fund it. If you present the people, they were able to go through your party nominations and so on. The state will fund it at the polling station level. You come, you identify yourself as NPP, then you go and vote for your candidate that you want in that constituency. We are not there yet. It is too huge. Look at when we had even our police station executives elections. It was so huge that we have to get the presidential candidate to even support us, to even run it. You are in government today, so you think it is favorable because you are a CU. At least if for nothing at all, you have some things that you dole out to the party. We are in opposition. And you will certainly be in opposition in 2029. That is when you will really see it.
So for dole out something.
Oh, he'll go to opposition.
Oh, but his salary is small. He can't do his salary.
No, he will have to do that.
His salary?
Yes.
Oh, the small salary they give him?
It's not small. Gifek is big. That's what Gifek is big. Oh, because at least when we were in government, and the CEOs were supporting the party. It's true. Okay. And he is aware that that's what they do.
No, I know. I get a support.
Exactly.
He pays his party dues.
So now you do it. And you're
talking about the party dues? He pays his party
dues. Not
dues.
the party dues.
Okay. Something beyond party dues.
Yes, something beyond. Because now he's talking about Bimbila.
Okay.
For all you know, maybe he's even a patron. For all you know, I know, but I'm saying that for all you know, he's even a patron at a constituency level.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Are you not?
I vote there. I vote in the constituency.
Exactly. So beyond the voting, he might be a patron who supports them. I'm told he has even set up a radio station there, propagating the NBC.
Yeah. We have Zelia FM. It's doing fantastic.
You see? You see, so the money is there, so they can talk about doing all these things. Today, it will not affect us. It might affect us at the parliamentary level. However, I believe that.
Yes, because you are done with your.
Yes, we're done with the presidential. It's only the parliamentary.
Yeah.
And the parliamentary.
And it's next year, isn't it?
Yes. Well, the date is not out yet, so they might do it in 6 months or 7 months. We wouldn't know. You understand? National Council.
Everyone wants to swear that thing.
Yeah, we have the second highest decision-making body of the party, which is National Council. So after this, Gary Nimakoma will come to National Council to brief National Council after the ruling is out on what the Supreme Court has really ruled, whether we'll be able to really wait until we finish all these. So, but you see, I believe that this one, if the ruling comes out, we will know inherently what they are telling us, that indeed this is what we want you to do. The monetary aspect of politics, democracy is expensive. Check the US. In the last 20 years, whoever had won as president spent more than his opponent. Whoever had won as president spent more than his opponent. This is where we are learning this democracy from. They are not doing what we're doing today. The UK, in nomination for parliamentary and so, they are not doing what we're doing today. They're still doing the delegate system. And we're doing a hybrid of the US and the UK. So if we're doing this and we think that we can go solo and do this, looking at our landscape, and there people don't even take money to vote. But today, even the national elections 2024, you had people tell you that if you don't give me money, I will not vote for you. You had people call you to tell you, give me money for TNT. I'm in Accra. I want to go to the constituency to vote.
But let me ask you, it's important. It's interesting you raise this point about transporting people, feeding them, and so on. Why is that vote buying?
You see, it will be called vote buying because in the advanced democracies, people know that it is my responsibility to choose the best leader.
As a civic responsibility.
Exactly. But here, the people who are supposed to teach us the civic responsibilities are telling you that there is no money, so they cannot even do the campaign to really conscientize Ghanaians.
No, I'm asking this, Awad, and it's something I've been thinking about. You want to go and speak to people, you want to go and address some people, you want to share your message with them and your vision. And let's say you are meeting them here at Metro TV. Some of them live in, say, Ashaiman, Ablekum, and so on. And then you are able to fund their transportation to the venue, which is Metro TV. Yeah? And then when they came, you either bought some food from them or you asked AH Cafe to feed them, and then you pay. The question I'm asking is that why are some people describing that gesture as an act of voter or vote buying? Why?
Civil society, Star Ghana and others.
But should it
when
be?
they write their report, they tell you that it is vote buying. I told you.
Yes.
When I was moving around,
Yes.
when I gathered people in Tamale
Yes.
to tell them my message, I rented a place. I bought food for them. I gave them TNT because someone is coming from Karaga.
Yes.
If not for my message, would it have come? I invited him, so I have to fund it. I see nothing wrong with that. That is the reason I publicly told you that in 2022, I did that. And even today, if I am still contesting as the Nasara coordinator, I go to Oti region and meet them in Dambai because I know someone will cross the river to come to Dambai from Krachi East and West and Chumuru. Definitely the person that Dambai is Krachi East, but Krachi and Chumuru and Krachi, they will cross the river and come. Definitely I'll have to fund their TNT. So if in a country where you have to even fund the TNT of someone to come and choose you as a leader, and you ask us to expand it this way, someone will still come and tell you at a constituency level, you have a lot of polling stations. You cannot be meeting them at polling station level. You cluster them. In a constituency like Kasawasi, about 6 electoral areas. So you meet them in electoral area. In an electoral area, you may find over 1,000 people. The last time the NDC did, those days I was in NDC, 2015, Asawasi alone was around 6,500 delegates who voted in that elections in 2015. And it was near chaos. A lot of people were beaten at the venue. You get it? Because some people were even prevented from coming to vote because they felt that all these people, they believe they are NPP. And again, he even mentioned that we cannot infiltrate. We cannot even enter into the delegates list. The election is not really ending the cycle. Next year after the elections, next 4 years, there will be elections. And again, if today I go and register at an NDC polling station, for me, because I'm in the public eye, you know this is Awal. Awal is NPP. He's always on TV and so on. So we'll prevent him. But what about my brother, who is not publicly known NPP? There are people in public service who are not who are not supposed to be in public civil service, who are not supposed to be in a political party because they take neutrality allowance and so on. But these are people who have registered with NDC, but they are NPP. How will you be able to know? So you get a lot of people who are not supposed to choose a leader for you, choosing the leader for you, because they will still do that. The people who are known politically in the constituencies are few. The rest, you wouldn't know. And again, it is not as though...
And you know, there are people who actually have both cards. The
Yes.
NDC
No,
card, they are NPP.
he's even aware. Some of us who will go to... I remember in 2016, before 2016, I was doing a lot of campus engagements with TAIN. I did a lot with them. In 2016, when I joined the NPP, I went to Cape Oli. And I met a lot of TAIN executives sitting there. TAIN people sitting in that meeting that they are TESCON people. If you do with universities, you will know that in the university, they tell you that take both TAIN and TESCON card so that at least if the party is in government, you get better place to do your national service. Because they know that you are a member of the... Because they don't meet together. They meet at different places and so on. So you can just be here with their card, you go there with another card. Look at the police officers. 2 police officers in this country. Lanche and Tobu. He's not supposed to even pick a party card. He resigned within 2 months, he contested and won the primaries. It means he was an active politician in his constituency. But he was a police officer at the highest level, at the headquarters. He resigned within 2 months, contested primaries in the constituency and won. It means he's an active politician, but people didn't know. So that is why I'm saying that this is really serious, because you see, you might get his junior brother coming to even come to say he's really taking NPP card. Then you say, okay, he crossed. Meanwhile, he's still within his own party. Because you cannot prevent anyone from registering as a... Even today, if I go to NDC headquarters and tell them that I want an NDC card, they'll give it to me. Or you not give it to me. They will. If he is to move from here to say that he will get to...
He says he wants to cross capital.
I mean, it's a procedure. He knows it.
He says he wants to go back.
I'm not even talking about me. I'm talking about the ordinary Ghanaian sitting somewhere.
the prodigal son says,
He's always welcome.
You welcome.
He's always welcome.
No. I'm saying that.
hey, I beg we have to say that too. I don't want any podcasts. I want to
He's always welcome.
So you see,
the one was to contest Russia.
today, as we said, we have our register.
Okay.
But today, if you go to the constituency office in Asawasi that you want to register, we'll register you. Because we're doing continuous registration. We're saying that those who were ready at the time we're doing our polling station executives were those who registered at the time. But we're doing continuous registration. Even today, we still register people. The book is there. It's still at the constituency office. But when you go and mention your polling station, they'll write your name.
No, but here's the thing. So why, Rashid, do we have to get to a point? Because he's raising some very important issues. Because there are political prostitutes. Excuse my language. There are those who have decided that regardless of which political party in power, they must eat. You know, not eat as in work and gain something, but they must. Now, if there is a real, and from what he has said, if there's a real challenge in properly identifying who a true party person is, aside those who are actively and publicly involved in party activities where you can tell this person is an NDC person. Now, those who tell you that I'm an NDC or I'm an NPP, but me, as for me, I don't want anybody to know. So some of them have both party cards. Should the political parties then now decide to come together and say, look, we have to have a system that identifies and flags persons who are holding, just like we do with the Ghana card. You know, once you have a Ghana card, you're a Ghanaian, you can't hold another nationality. You can't hold a Ghana card for a national card for another. You know, and, well, the law has not been passed, so you can have dual nationality. But until that law was passed, if you have a Ghana card, you can't hold another you know, country's national ID. Can the parties get to that point where people will be debarred, people will be stopped, people will be discouraged from, you know, holding two political parties? Unless, of course, if you're an NDC, you want to come in, then you have to drop the NDC one. Say you're NDC, you want to become MPP, you want to cross carpet, then NDC must be informed so that NDC will take you out of their data. Then you join the NPP. Rather than having situations where people have two, because then you can't trust the person's loyalty or proper allegiance to party work. And then they may end up voting for somebody who is not even the most popular person within their political parties. I mean,
we can't do that in Ghana. We can't do that in Ghana. In the US, before you even participate, you have to identify yourself as Democrat or a Republican.
A Republican,
before you can even vote in the primaries. You understand? But here, they wouldn't have gotten Nyahuta Makulu. And
no, he's not NDC.
Okay. Oh, Nyahuta.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
he said he has abandoned the NPP.
So what is
the story said?
For Mahama.
He's just a Ghanaian.
For Mahama. Okay.
Not for the NDC. Okay, for Mahama.
Yes, for Mahama.
Yes.
You understand? And Mahama, he voted for Mahama throughout whenever Mahama contested elections. In the US, because the state is funding it.
Yes.
So before you even come to participate in the primaries, you will have to identify yourself as a Democrat or a Republican. Then you will go and do that. But in Ghana, it will be difficult because if Rashid tells me he is now with us, but publicly he's with the NDC, but he's with us, if we prevent him from participating, we've lost one vote. And we'll not allow that. We will not allow that.
But can you trust that he will vote for you anyway?
You know the interesting aspect.
Yes.
Yes, he's right. In the United States, before you are put on their register, you already identify where you are, whether Democrats or Republicans. Their system is as soon as you start the voting process, you already know where you are. So it's very clear. Their system is such that it's identified them throughout. Now, if you look at, my brother talked about Venerable Nyawo Tamakulu. He's the founder, one of the founders of their party.
He's not.
A key active member in fact, from 92, they gave us hell of time. I mean, it wasn't easy. That was the time of Honorable Darocha, Gianni Salibi, Odoy Sykes, and all that, Peter Lajeti. This group, formidable group.
Yes.
The help they gave us from 92, 96 to 2000, and all. They've been in the field. But along the line, he realized that the current NPP doesn't mirror the NPP they used to know. It's departed completely. And then they call them the silent group. They have a group like that. And for them, they haven't seen anything good about the current NPP. There are plenty of them. And that is why the NPP have said up to now, they don't know why they lost the 2024 election. And that's how they are going to lose massively again in 2028. After 2028, if they manage 30%, they've tried. Because the thing going on in that party, the hardcore members of the party are saying that the party that Odoistike and Co used to lead is not the party they are seeing now. It's just the elephant you are seeing. That is not the NPP that they know. So they know they are talking. Look, good number of them voted for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in 2024. A good number of them. And they are going to vote again for him.
Data doesn't suggest.
For NDC, you know why they are voting for that? And he was saying that he abandoned them because of this. Because the man is principled. They've realized that he's living the dream of Ghana. What we are all looking for. The vision that the framers of our 1992 Constitution, direct principles of the state, go and check.
So that's why he says that he suspects that because Nyaho Tamaklo likes John Mahama.
Yes.
Maybe, that's what I say, he suspects that him and Professor Frimpong Boateng were goaded. You influenced the two of them to go to court to go and seek this Supreme Court interpretation.
You know Nyaho Tamaklo very well.
Very principled.
He's a former military man.
Yes, very principled.
He's the no-nonsense man in Ghana that I've ever come across. That man, he doesn't care who you are.
So you didn't have a hand in this?
What will NDC have us in this?
To
go and call a person like that, the good old professor who wrote a report about them, party here Sika. It wasn't the one who brought that matter about the party here.
He was aggrieved before he brought it.
And so this matter, this group of people.
Did you hear that Asedu Nketia bit?
On what?
He mentioned Asedu Nketia. He said,
as what?
Asedu Nketia is a leading contender in your next primaries, presidential primaries.
We don't have any primaries. We don't have any primaries. We don't have any primaries.
As Musa Danko has said. So his theory is that some persons within the NDC who want to make Asedu Nketia's work very difficult have decided to use Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo and Frimpong Boateng to go to court and get the electoral college to be expanded so that it will make it almost impossible for Asedu Nketia to become.
No, it will make it easier for him.
Oh, to make it easier.
They are changing their
goals. Rather.
Yeah, what you have said.
Even when you
no. You see how they are
when you look at
social media.
No, when you look at Musa Danko's he said he is popular within the party than even the delegates.
Yes.
When you go around the country, Asedu Nketia has been their general secretary, longest serving general secretary in the history of this country. Not even NPP. We do not have anyone who has really served like Asedu Nketia.
Yes.
From 2004 up to he became the national chairman. So for him, the grassroots of their party are solidly behind him. Maybe the constituency executives and others are not with him, but the grassroots. So if you get this expansion, nobody can beat him in the NDC.
Abosi.
All right, please. I'm looking for one of your.
No, you see, that's what I'm saying. You see, they are changing their goalposts.
You go ahead. Yes.
NPP, that's why I always say.
Yes.
If you watch them closely, when they are speaking, just watch them. They easily change their position within a twinkle of an eye. No. As of yesterday, they were saying that it's the presidency that guarded Nyaho Tamaklo and all these people in order to dump our venerable national chairman. Listen, that was what it was all over. Go and check this, and I would have screenshot those things for you. This is what they did.
Let me just read this. And the reason why I asked that question is because of what your very good friend Charles Nite-Kotegu. You know, he's a very prominent socialite. You know, he's somebody whose views I take very seriously. So listen to what Charles Nite-Kotegu has said. And when I'm done with this, please allow me to read one LPM, and then we can wrap it all up. Now, Charles Nite-Kotegu says, look, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, and Dr. Christina Mwako-Nyama, we all know, did not go to the Supreme Court to challenge the delegate system of voting on their own. Their move was clearly sponsored and backed by the establishment because of concerns over General Mosquito's influence within the grassroots. Asedu Nketia has built a formidable grassroots network, and if the current delegate system remains unchanged, the establishment believes it will be extremely difficult to beat him in the presidential primaries. From the establishment's perspective, expanding the electorate to allow every party member to vote could significantly dilute the advantage as educator has, which is opposite what you have said.
That was what they were doing yesterday.
They were all over the place.
So that's Charles's view.
So you see,
Charles's view.
What I said here and what Charles is saying is not NPP's position.
No, it's not. I agree.
I with my background,
yes,
and looking at who have worked with the NDC,
okay,
and knowing who Asiedu Nketia is, the expansion will favor him. You can ask Rashid, he will tell you that expansion will favor Asiedu Nketia than the current register.
Okay.
Because the current register is restricted.
Okay.
But when you have expanded one, Asiedu Nketia will win.
Okay. So the whole Asiedu
you know what? That's what I'm saying. That it's neither here nor there.
Okay.
If you go and read our statement of case.
Okay.
This one to the Supreme Court directives.
Right.
Is our director of legal.
Right.
Who is now the
NPP Chief Executive Officer.
Good.
Yes.
He's still a member of the National Executive Committee.
Yes.
Because he's still the director of legal of the party. They wrote that thing. And you think they would have sat down in their own comfort, send the matter to Supreme Court without the knowledge of the National Executive Committee. We sat and looked at it. The National Executive Committee included MPs. The leadership of MP are members of our functional executive committee.
Okay.
The leader of our party is who? His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Yeah.
With the thing we just do things without the knowledge of all these gamut of people.
But you have the general secretary. You have the general secretary siding with the national chairman.
So that matter is neither here nor there.
You have the general secretary working closely with the national chairman.
That's not true. You still believe in it?
Okay.
Let me tell you what I believe in. I believe in the clean conference. I believe in the clean conference. So Metro TV and Original TV are coming up with a very fantastic event. It's happening next month. On the 21st of August. It's called the Clean Conference 2026. So it's under the auspices of the Office of the Chief of Staff. He's the one who is gracing this. And the theme is assessing Ghana's progress towards UN SDGs Agenda 2030. Now, as you do know, SDG 6, clean water and sanitation, SDG 7, clean energy, and SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. Now, with just 4 years to achieve the UN SDGs 2030, how far has Ghana come? We would not be answering that question. Now, the answers begin with one national conversation with Metro and Regional Sanitation Conference with the Chief of Staff, Honorable General Zebra, and is bringing together government development partners, traditional authorities, and industry players, academia, civil society, young people, and all Ghanaians. Change is not only in the conference room. So the second day, which is the next day, which is Saturday, we'll be doing a cleanup exercise, and which will also be led by the Chief of Staff. So join thousands of volunteers for this massive cleanup exercise across the major streets of Accra. So Metro TV Clean Conference, Wahono die ma omano etumpon, Wahono die, Wahoni die. Akutia would help me with this, but Wahono die ma omano etumpon. And one okay. No, you wait. You have 5 moments. You have 5 more minutes to appear. You have appeared prematurely. Okay. So no, but what I say, let me just say that Discover M&C Group, your number one partner in minerals and food commodity, trading and real estate development, and also general logistics, procurement, management consultants, investment advisory, import and export, and they have headquarters in East Legon, Accra. They also have offices in Dubai, Hong Kong, and Guangzhou in China. They also have office in Johannesburg in South Africa. They also have one in Virginia, USA, Arizona, Italy, and also Hanover in Germany. So we connect markets that drive business growth with tailor-made solutions that will meet your needs. So trust us to maximize your value in every deal. Reach us on MNC Group at mncgroupgh.com or call us on 0302 998 246. 0302 998 246. So a minute each, because as you heard him in the background, he's the one who's coming up next. So when is your party going to study the judgment and then inform what the next?
We're waiting for the ruling.
Okay.
The reason.
Oh, yes. The full judgment is not out yet.
The full judgment is not out yet. We want to look at it and see with the orders that we prayed that they should give, whether given that order, they will take it from there. Okay. For the principle underlining the ruling, we are fine with it. We are fine as a party. Okay. We are fine with it.
When Awa said you already knew what the outcome of the judgment was going to be, and that's why he said he understood what you said earlier about the building blocks that the NDC has been putting for some time now, where you have the biometric system from.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But his interpretation, his understanding of it is that we knew a day like this was going to come.
The history of the distance, but we have supported it. our distance. That was our.
So it's
like
No, he said
it's corroborating what we're saying.
Yes.
He says that somehow you knew that this judgment was going to happen.
Do you go to court to lose?
Is it, that's
Yes,
what you said?
do you go to court to lose?
No, not at all, to win.
So you went to court.
Yes.
He's telling us that
now
they went to court.
Oh, I will.
No, but they joined the suit.
Listen, I'm telling you that we're second defendant.
in the suit, yes. And we're
as a
confident that
defendant,
we win.
you have to go. You have to respond. Okay? And we send our response.
All right.
And we're saying that in our response, this is how we want it.
Okay.
Do you get that?
Okay.
And so that is our position. But
right.
you are all over the place. You say you want an appeal for Wontumi.
Okay.
Then what are you going there to do?
Oh, they're confident that they will win.
So what are you, I will tell you. What do you want?
I'm not Pendream TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, Pendream TV.